Hey everybody, Max here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the X-Men 97 Cyclops figure. This is the second wave of the X-Men 97 figures. Came out about a year ago, 2024, I think. Sold out everywhere and then became very, very pricey. And now you are starting to be able to see him, find him in other places. So I happen to get this guy from Jay's Toys and Games. I was listening to one of Kyle Peterson's videos, and I actually went to this toy store and used his discount code. You got 15% off, and I did. I bought a few other things, and it came very well packaged and very nice people. So yeah, if you missed out on this guy and you want to get him for a decent price, I would check out Jay's Toys and Games. I'm not a shill. I'm not getting anything from that. I'm just giving a shout out to people who have done right by me. So getting into let's talk about the accessories first. I usually go to the package, but I want to talk about the accessories first. So he comes with two pairs of hands and then one additional hand. So he has these right and left kind of, I don't know, agonizing, gesturing hands, sweeping, waving hands on that one, and then the kind of tapping the visor, activating the visor hand. So that's a left-handed. And so he comes with two fists. He comes with the blast effect, which is very well done. I've never had a Cyclops figure, so this is my first one. He's never been my favorite X-Men character, but you just can't have an X-Men team without Cyclops. And it's very solid, I gotta say. It's textured. It's ribbed on the bottom and not the top, which I initially thought that would be the top and the flat would be the bottom, but it only pegs in the right way. It pegs in with the textured side down. And it fits very well. It stays in. It's not droopy or anything. And then he comes with a second head. So he has the blast effect head with the open visor, and then he has his kind of smirking head with the just the red closed visor. And I think there's a lot to be said. There was criticism about this particular head sculpt because he's kind of cartoony looking, but it is a cartoon. But the smirk, that yeah, that's kind of strange to me. And the hair is definitely flatter and not as textured as you would see on a typical Marvel Legends, and I'm sure that's because it is based on an animated series. So, maybe if you have a dark brown Gundam marker or something like that, or you want to do a paint wash, you could probably add some texture to his hair and to both of them because they're both have the same hairstyle on both head sculpts. But it's not bad by any means. It's just just it looks a little cartoony. And the reason I wanted to compare because I normally do the packaging first, but I would have preferred something that resembled the more straight mouth, stoic look, and kind of serious, and not this kind of quirky, cartoony, smirky. Is that a head? Is that a head? Is that a word? But on a whole, both heads are very very well done. The paint is pretty good on both. The plastic is pretty good. I don't see any pore lines on the gold. Maybe a little bit under the visor, but that looks actually intentional. Like maybe that's part of the design. So that's pretty good. Um, so yep, there's a package and then the figures in the wave. And I have not watched X-Men 97 yet. I need to watch it. I was into the comics for quite a while, and I did watch the animated series, but never watched the entire run of it. I just kind of lost track of it because I was, working a lot and all of that. So life just kind of got in the way. But I'm a huge Magneto fan, so I definitely picked up Magneto. Nightcrawler, huge fan there. Missed out on Jean Grey. I may get her eventually if she pops up again. Not really caring about Executioner or Goblin Queen, but anyway, this is the package, and yeah, and it is what it is. Very sturdy blister card. So, all right, so let's get that out of the way, and let's just kind of look at his head sculpt for a second. So it's a little strange, a little off-putting, screaming head or grimacing head, firing his optic blast with this big yellow hole in the middle. So I mean, they put red around the outline, which is great, but let me see if I can get a little better lighting over here. And But I'm probably going to dribble some paint down in there and just see if I can't make that a little less noticeable. So, but like the other head sculpt, I like it better. It's not as cartoony, and they definitely did a very good job on the paint and the around the teeth. The teeth did, and the color of the lips is not too bad. The lines around the mouth, yeah. Other than the hair being a little too flat, it's a very good head sculpt. This is a very good figure, and so let's articulation. He's on a disc hinge, and he can look down fairly far, and then he can look up fairly well. So, and side to side is always a little side to side rotation, fixed neck. I'm okay with that for the most part. Figures like this, I think a floating neck would probably be a little, just would break it up a little bit. And this looks like it's a modified Vulcan body with the extra harness and pouch belt and everything like that. But yeah, this is definitely the Vulcan body. Has a very good range of motion in the butterfly joints, I have to say. It's not, the right's a little, there's some texturing there, but yeah, it's very well done. This is a very well done figure. Everything is very tight. He gets a really good T-pose. Does he go for Y pose? No, not really. Just a little bit. Oh, yep, almost a Y. Exaggerated T. Bicep cut is very well done. Plastic feels solid. Doesn't feel wobbly or anything. Same way with the pinless joints. Good range of motion there. Okay, and let's see. Because this is the Vulcan body, it's kind of strange because you can definitely see it on Kazar, but they have this groove meant for to paint for gloves and things like that. Hopefully you can see that. And they don't, while they modified this guy to accept the um, straps and things like that, they didn't modify it for the gloves. So he's got these straps and yellow gloves, yellow straps on the wrists, but he's got this indentation, this groove on his forearm on both of them that is just there. So it's not a deal breaker or anything. It's just there. The straps will come off if you take the fists off. The straps will slide off, so just be careful you don't miss those. The It would be cool, and I'll probably do this, a little wash on the belt. That would be cool. Just give it a little texture, maybe black Gundam marker or something like that. That would probably accentuate the grooves and the straps and things like that. The paint on the X is done very well, especially these little black lines here that come out from the X. That right there could very well have been an area of bleeding or just chipping or what have you, and fading, and it's very well done. So it has a pretty decent, well, halfway decent ab crunch. He does not go back very far, which because the straps or the straps, well, yeah, the harness strap and the belt keep that from happening, but he does have a waist swivel, so that's good. But the belt is it floating? No, it's attached to this piece on the lower ab crunch, and then there's a separation on the upper strap, so to accommodate the ab crunch, which is great. But yeah, he can go all the way around. Just there's going to be some resistance there as the bottom of the pouches get in the way, but it can turn, obviously. Let's see, he goes all the way around. Usual stuff. Um, Horizontal hinge, rotation around. Nothing feels chunky or loose or um, yeah. Everything feels solid. Everything just it's very fluid. Fluid. I guess maybe all the joints are very fluid. And he kicks up a little less than 90 degrees, and he gets some Y splits, and he has a thigh cut underneath or I'm sorry, at the top of the strap. Little spongy, on both legs right there. I'm wondering if that has to do with different styles of plastic. And he has really good range of motion. A little stiff in the knees. So here I am saying that the joints are fluid. From the waist up, everything's fluid. It's a little stiff in the legs, but really good range of motion there. Nothing loose. Yeah, the right leg is, there we go. And boot cut underneath the strap. And there's not a lot of wobble. That's great. Some Marvel Legends figures, particularly old pinless ones, have really bad wobble in the knees. Just the plastic of the knee joint, I think, is different, and it just feels cheap. And not this guy. And then we have the feet, these big honking feet, and he's got pretty good range of motion there, and it rotates around like we're used to, like it normally does. So yeah, that is Cyclops. A very cool figure. I'm going to give this guy a warp factor of 9. And let's get his optic blast back in there. And just for giggles and grins, I'll bring out Corsair, his dad, just to show that you know, he also has the Vulcan body. And this is a great figure too, and I've always liked the character, so maybe I'll do a little short video on him. He's been out for a while too. But yeah, like father, like son. Naturally, they would have the same body type, wouldn't they? So there you go. Oh, don't fall on me now, Cyclops. There you go. All right, so that is Cyclops, guys. Thanks for watching. Warp factor of 9, like I said, and feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.